So now, the third position, talking about the top three in the league. Obviously, at this point in time, the top three are basically, the three teams that both of you do feel will be competing for the league title. And we usually realize that, when we get to the business end of the season in January, we can then have an idea of who is finishing third, who is finishing second, who is finishing first. However, the Premier League is very unpredictable, and sometimes it could go down to the wire in the maybe the last 2 months of the season. But for sure, the top three are going to be, the teams that you rate the most to possibly win the league. So, third position, Toby.
With the amount of investment this year, honestly, I want to extend it to the top four, all going for it. And
I
like
was
I
going to
mentioned
say
before, like my second, third, and fourth are very interchangeable. So it's a thing where like I can see the team that I've called fourth finishing as second, and vice versa. Form, injuries, and just like the football gods being on your side is all going to play a part in it. The team that I'm going for third, and I'm making my decisions somewhat romantically. Actually, most of it logical, but somewhat romantically. Like for example, with Man City, logically we want to say because of Pep and previous seasons they will do really well. But
Mm,
off of last year's evidence, the all the new signings having to gel in the system, as well as the injury to Rodri again, it's hard for me to say, they're going to take those positive steps, Man City, to go past third or fourth. So my team for third is going to be Chelsea. I was going to push Chelsea as fourth, but I think the thing that changed for me was the situation with Rodri, because I was already feeling not too great about City, but Rodri getting injured again, and I'm like, who's going to be that new starting six that's going to control them for the next couple months? I'm not sure right now. So they're looking for that solution, and because of that instability, I had to downgrade them to fourth and put Chelsea in third. Now, I do not want to put Chelsea in third. I don't think that team is ready just yet, but I cannot look away at all the good and positive vibes that they have going on at Stamford Bridge. I think what they've done in the Conference League, although it's a small cup, nothing to really flex about. It's better to win it than not win it. If you don't win it, you're gonna
mm,
get clowned for not winning it. If you win it,
yeah,
they'll clown you all the same. So it's better to win it. And the
yeah.
FIFA Club World Cup, like you mentioned, that final was crazy. I tuned in to see Chelsea lose, and they did the
Mm,
thing, and they proved me wrong there. And I saw that, and I've also seen their business in the summer. They are actively trying to improve on every position consistently. Although it's a lot of money, and because of the money they're spending, I cannot let them say they're not in that challenge. When you're spending
mm,
this amount of money, expectations have to be there. Yeah, literally season on season, every position that you don't like in the wing, you're upgrading, and that's a good thing. But to say that that doesn't come with some kind of expectation to be in a title challenge, I think that's taking the easy way out. So I think off of what they've done this past season, Chelsea has to be on the on the road to trying to win something. I don't think they don't have to, but that's the road that they're on. And I think with the additions of the Lab, Esteval, Bino Gittins from Dortmund,
yeah.
they're going to be in a very, very good position. Although, unfortunately, I think it was an ACL injury. I'm forgetting was it Levi Kovo ACL
Yeah,
that
Levi
came out?
Cole, correct.
Very
Yeah.
sad news. But even before that news came out, they already signed Hato from Ajax,
Mm,
a top rated young defender that plays center back and left back. So they were already
exactly.
prepared for it, and they have like 8 other CBs in the club that are just chilling. So
Mm,
that's what I'm talking about with Chelsea. In terms of squad, I believe they have the best squad in the Premier League because they have numbers in each position that can perform for them. So overall,
mm,
like they will be ready to be able to perform in all competitions. The question is, can as they rotate their squad as the season continues, will they be good enough to remain consistent? I think that's the where the age thing is going to come into play. But when
mm,
Arsenal finished second for the first time, over 3 years ago, they were a very, very young side with the average squad age of 24. So I think
mm.
Chelsea is also in that position. So it's not crazy for them to finish third. And it's just really down to how well they do and how everybody else does. So I think third is a very fair evaluation for Chelsea. And if you give a Chelsea fan third right now, and maybe a cup final, a cup win, they might not be too upset at that. So
Yeah,
Chelsea for
very
third.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. Solid shout for Chelsea at third. It's realistic. Yeah, it's realistic. I really don't need to say more than that. I'll just piggyback off what Toby said. Um, Third position and possibly a cup victory. I think it does make sense for Chelsea. Because then again, I know they've got the squad. I know they've got the squad to compete very well in both the Premier League and the Champions League. However,
Mhm.
I think Enzo Maresca just needs to find the right balance. He needs
Yeah.
to find the right group of players for Team A and the right group of players for Team B. I think he
Mhm.
did a good job last season with it, but there were a couple of players who were not pleased with being on the sidelines, and now all of them are leaving. Even Kieran Dewsbury Hall. I was surprised that he left Everton, but I do understand he needs to play football.
Yeah.
Renato Vega, he left since January. He wanted to play regularly, and it's understandable. Look, these players at Chelsea, they are really, really good players, and if they were in any other club in the world, they probably will be starting. But hey, it's Chelsea Football Club. They've got their new philosophy with Todd Bowley and co, and I think it's working for them. And we might just see this happen every season. Like now, they've got someone like Dario Isugo in the team. They got Andre Santos playing his first full season with them. These players might not be there next season. I understand the need for the addition of those two, considering how Romeo Lavia is injury prone. But hey, one of them might need to leave again next season, or one of them might even be leaving in January. But look,
Yeah.
all the best to Chelsea, and then let's see what the season has in store for them. Tolu, your third place prediction.
Third place, Arsenal. Sorry, guys.
Mm.
Yeah,